Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. How are you? I'm Jan Ahmed Al Sadiq and today's topic is talking about solution of equation. First of all, solutions of a system of linear equation in two variables and coefficients of coefficients. Before, we have studied about solutions of a system of linear equation into two variables only. But today's topic, we will add also the coefficients of coefficients. First of all, there is three formulas for this one or three rules. The first one which says A1 over A2 is equal to B1 over B2 is equal to C1 over C2. All of them, if they are equal, so that means they have two solutions, which is called also dependent. And the rule of number two, which says A1 over A2 is equal to B1 over B2 is not equal to C1 over C2 is equal to has no solution. This means has no solution. It is inconsistent. Now, rule number three says A1 over A2 is not equal to B1 over B2. So that means they have only one solution, which is independent. Okay, now let's see some examples. By using these rules, we will solve it. First of all, we have the first example which says 2x plus 3y is equal to 1 and x minus 2y is equal to 3. Okay, what and how can we make this one a1 over a2, b1 over b2 and c1 over c2? Actually, here what we have a1 and in the another equation we have a2, b1, b2, c1 and c2. So that means now what? A1 over A2 is equal to B1 over B2 is equal to C1 over C2. Now we'll put the numbers on the places, like for example A1 and A2. Here that means 1, 2. So 2 over 1 is equal to what we have here, 3 over 2. Actually negative. 3 over negative 2 is equal to what here? 1 over 3. 1 over 3. Here 2 over 1 is not equal to 3 over negative 2. So that means this is the rule of number 3, which is A1 over A2 is not equal to B1 over B2 or C1 over C2 has one solution. So that means this question or this equation has one solution. Okay, now in number 2 it says 3x minus 2y is equal to 2 and 9x minus 6y is equal to 5. A1 over A2 is equal to B1 over B2 is equal to C1 over C2. That means 3 over 9 is equal to, because we have negative, we'll make negative 2 over negative 6, so we'll cut negative by negative. Then it will be positive. 3 over 9 is equal to 2 over 6. Is equal to 2 over 5. Now what we have here by 1 and here by 3. Here by 1 and here by 3. So 1 over 3 is equal to 1 over 3 is equal to 2 over 5. Actually here is not equal to. So in which row this one? It's in number 2, which says A1 over A2 is equal to B1 over B2 is not equal to C1 over C2. So that means it has no solution. This one means has no solution. Okay. Now in question number C. Now question C says what? X plus y is equal to 3 and 2x plus 2y is equal to 6. So a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 is equal to c1 over c2. Then what we have in place of a and a1 and a2, it will be 1 over 2, right? And here the same thing, 1 over 2. And here we have 3 over 6, that means here by 1 and here by 2. So 1 over 2 is equal to 1 over 2 is equal to 1 over 2. That means it is in the first rule, which says a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 is equal to c1 over c2, has infinite solutions. That means 2 solutions. So it has infinite solution. So this was some examples about these rules. Now we will bring an example, which is a word problem. It's including these ways, like solution of a system of linear equation to two variables, also the same thing, but by in the form of word problem. So let's go to solve it together. So let's continue by the word problem question, which says a farmer collected a total of 11,000 by selling 3 cows and 5 sheep. Another farmer collected 7,000 by selling 1 cow and 10 sheep. What is the price for a cow and a sheep? First of all, we will make some things or solutions by solving x and y. Like for example, a farmer collected a total of 11,000. Alright? Okay. Now what we have by selling 3 cows. So that means cows, we can make them x. And what we have for the first one? We have 3x. That means 3 cows. And sheep. That means plus sheep will make them y. So plus 5y is equal to the collected total of bear. It was 11,000. So it will be 11,000. Then the second farmer says that he collected bear 7,000 by selling 1 cow. 1 cow, that means 1x. And 10 sheep, that means 10y is equal to, what was the collected bear? It was 7,000. So now we have the equation, we have the solution of the equation. Now we want to bring the value of x and the value of y. First of all, we can make it by the substitution method or by elimination method. Like for example, we will try by the elimination method because it's short and easy also. So what we have here, 3x plus 5y is equal to 11,000. And 1x plus 10y is equal to 7,000. So we have 10y here, and if we multiply negative 2 by 5, it will be negative 10. So 10 will be cutting by 10. So here we will not have the value of y. So what we will do here, we will multiply the first equation by negative 2. Or that means negative 6x negative 10y is equal to negative 22,000. And what we have in the another equation, 1x plus 10y is equal to 7,000, right? 1x plus 10y is equal to 7,000. Okay, first of all, we'll cut 10y with 10y. Then what we will left here, negative 6x plus 1x is equal to negative 22,000 plus 7,000. So how we will do it here? Yes, you can see it here. Negative 6x plus 1x, right? Is equal to Here we will make it minus it will be 15,000, right? Or 0, 12, yes. So 15,000 negative 6x plus 1, it will be negative 5x, which is equal to 15,000. Then over negative 5 over negative 5. Then what we will have here? Negative 3,000. No, we will not have a negative. Why? Because here, what we already have here, negative 22,000. And for the bigger number, here also it will be negative 15,000. We will have a negative 15,000 and we already here have negative 5x. So when we multiply negative 5 for the both sides, and we have already negative with 15,000, so that means we will cut negative by negative and it will be a positive. So here what it will be? 3,000 only. 3,000. That means the value of x is equal to 3,000. Now we want to find the value of y, because we already find 3,000, which is for x. Now we will find for y. Okay, where can I make it? And now already what we have here, it was negative 6x plus 10y is equal to negative 22,000. And here what we have already 1x plus 10y is equal to 7,000. Okay, now we want to find the value of y, and we already have for x, which is 3,000. So we will make here 1 times 3,000, it will be 3,000x plus 10y is equal to 7, right? We will shift it, it will be what? 10y is equal to 3,000. No, we will not have x. 3,000 plus 7 makes it 3,000 plus 7. So I think there's something left, because here what we have already negative 6x plus 1x, it will be negative 5x. Okay, negative 5x with 15,000, it will be 3,000. Okay, then we will have 4 or 40. Why? You will know here. After having the value of x, which it was 3,000, now we will find the value of y. First of all, the equation it was like this: negative 6x, right? Negative 6x, negative 10y is equal to negative 22,000. And here what was in the second equation? It was 1x plus 10y is equal to 7,000, right? Okay, now what we will do here? Here already we have the value of x, so we will put 3,000 in the place of x. That means 1 times 3,000 is equal to, or first of all plus 10y, then is equal to 7,000. Now 3,000 plus 10y is equal to 7,000. We will shift 3,000 to 7,000, so it will be 10y, which is equal to 7,000 minus 3,000, it will be 4,000 over 4 I mean over 10 over 10, because 10 it's with the variable, or it's with the variable of y, so we need to find y itself. So that means we'll divide 10 in the both sides, then we will cut 0 by 0, then the value of y is equal to 400. And this was the answer for this question, for the word problem, which is including equations in it. So the value of x is 3000 and the value of y is 400. That means the number of cows are 3000 and the number of sheep are 400. And this was the answer for this question. Now let's continue by the another topics. Now let's continue with the other examples. The first example, which says the first equation, 4x minus 3y is equal to 6 and 2x plus 3y is equal to 12. Now what we'll do here, 4x minus 3y is equal to 6 and 2x plus 3y is equal to 12. Now what we will do here, first of all we will use the elimination way. Substitution way you can use it also, but I'm making elimination way. It's better, it's short, and it's easier too. First of all, here what we have, negative 3y and plus 3y, so it will be cut together. So what we have here, 4x and 2x is equal to 6, and here is equal to 12. So that means 4x plus 2x is equal to 12 plus 6, right? So 4x plus 2x is equal to 4 plus 2, 6x is equal to 18. Here divide both sides by 6, so here by 1 and here by 3. That means x we have is equal to 3. Okay, after we find the value of x, we will find the value of y. Now what we will do, in place of y, in place of x we'll put 3. That means 2 times 3 plus 3y is equal to 12, right? Then 2 times 3 is equal to 6 plus 3y is equal to 12. Then 3y is equal to 12 minus 6, because when we shift 6 to 12 it will be negative because it's already positive. So 3y is equal to 12 minus 6, then 3y is equal to 6, then over 3 over 3, it will be here by 1, here by 2. So that means at the end also we have y is equal to 2. So the value of x and the value of y we find it already for the first question. Now let's go for the second question. The second question says x plus 3y is equal to 1 and 2x plus 5y is equal to 2. So let's add continue by the next question. The second question says x plus 3y is equal to 1, 2x plus 5y is equal to 2. X plus 3y is equal to 1, 2x plus 5y is equal to 2. Now we will use also the limitation way, which or the limitation method, which first of all we will try to cut x by x, because here y and this y, what we have here is 3 and 5, so we can make it together. So we make x with x here too. So that means the first question or equation will be times by negative 2, because when we multiply negative 2 by x it will be negative 2x, and here negative 2x and here positive 2x, so it will be cut together. So that means negative 2x negative 6y is equal to negative 2. Then what we have here already, 2x plus 5y is equal to 2, right? So cut 2 by 2, then what we will have? Negative 6y plus 5y. Negative 6y plus 5y is equal to negative 2 plus 2. So here it will be 0, and here it will be negative y is equal to 0. Then at the end y is equal to 0 only. Okay, now we find the value of y, which is 0. Then we will find the value of x. So that means in place of y we'll put 0. Now let's continue. What we have here? 2x plus 5 times 0 is equal to 2, right? Then 2x plus 0 is equal to 2. 2x is equal to 2. Here it will be over 2 over 2. Then at the end x is equal to 1. Here by 1 and here by 1. So at the end x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 0. Now let's go to see the properties of we already know the properties of these equations, but there is another topic that I want to enter it, which is the absolute value within these equations. Not these equations actually, but there's an equation which is in absolute value, and we will see it together now. Now let's continue with the equations involving absolute value. First of all, if x is the point of a number line with coordinate a real number x, then the distance value of x and is denoted by the absolute of x, the absolute number of x. But here the absolute value of a number x denoted by this symbol. And also here we can say that the absolute value of x will give us if it is positive x or negative x. If it is positive x, that means if x is greater than or equal to 0. And if it is negative x, so that means x less than or equal to 0. Now here also another note, which is says for any real number x, or the absolute value of x is equal to also the absolute value of negative x. And here number 2, it says for any number x, the absolute value of x is always non-negative. Like here there's some examples about equations involving absolute value. Like for example, here's the absolute value of 5 minus 3 is equal to the absolute value of 2, so is equal to 2. Okay, but here what we have the absolute value of 3 minus 5. So what will make here the absolute value of negative 2, because negative is with the bigger number, which is 5. So negative 2 is equal to 2, because if you see in number 2 it says for any number x, or the absolute value of x is always non-negative. Okay, here that was for the first 2 examples. Now in the second 2 examples it says negative 3 and negative 4. What will make here negative 3 and negative 4? That means we will add together, but the sign it will be the same. So that means negative 3 and negative 4, it will be negative 7 is equal to negative 7. But when we will take negative 7 out of the absolute value, it will be 7 alone. So is equal to 7 or positive 7. Now what will make here 2 minus bracket minus 5 inside the absolute value. First of all, here what we have negative outside the bracket directly, and the sign or the number or the variable which is outside the bracket directly will times the numbers or the signs or the variables which is inside the bracket. So for example here 2 negative negative 5, so negative times negative it will be positive, so that means 2 inside the absolute value, 2 plus 5 is equal to what? 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. So inside the absolute value 7, and when we will take 7 outside of the absolute value, it will be as it is, which is positive. So that means it will be 7. And this was everything about the equations involving absolute value. Inshallah, in the next coming video, I will make more examples about equations involving absolute value, and we will see the properties of the absolute value. And that was our video today. Inshallah, you gain a new information from this topic, and we will continue also with solution equations in another ways, but in the coming videos. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Goodbye.